just wanted to be tall. I just want to be straight. Yeah, I just want to be normal.
What is the hardest part for you of living with dystonia?
I tried a physical therapist. I went through 11 different pain medications. I've tried everything.
Dystonia. It's a neurological disorder that forces muscles into abnormal, often painful movements or postures.
My right arm became unusable. My neck would turn uncontrollably.
It can be genetic or caused from injury, trauma, toxins, or stroke.
It progressed from her legs to her arm, to her other leg, to her other arm.
Dystonia can happen to one muscle group or to your whole body.
When my abdominal muscles started contracting, it started to affect my breathing and my posture, and everything drastically changed from there.
It can cause your body to twist.
He took one look.
He fell in love. You took one look at me and fell in love.
That's not necessarily true. When it came to the speech, I figured there's got to be ways to communicate. We've communicated very clearly over the web through typing. What I really was taken aback about Shari was her absolute joie de vivre, her absolute joy in just who she was, not letting her condition affect her disposition or her demeanor, very spontaneous to dance in the street and to sing out lyrics of a song, even though nobody but Shari knew what the hell she was saying. It's infectious. How can you not love that?
You mean you thought because of your dystonia and your voice that nobody would want to marry you? Well, what about Ira? Shari's dystonia began when her right foot started to turn in. The twisting then slowly progressed to other parts of her body. Within a year, she could no longer walk. I wonder which is more difficult, to grow up with the disorder never really knowing another life, or to have it hit you suddenly as an adult.
My normal routine was I'd get up about 5:30, I would bike for a while with my 10-speed, and then I would go to the YMCA. All I remember was going down the hill towards the Y, and I heard a speeding car, and I just felt something on my shoulder, and that's it. It was a hit and run, but no one ever stopped. Whoever hit me never stopped. I didn't even know I was hit. I didn't know anything. I was back to work in like 5 or 6 days, and I thought, that's it, just a bad accident. 15, 16 months later is when I really started to notice that something else was wrong. When I put my hand up here, it actually stops. Like if I don't, I'll just keep going, and it'll be like that. And I don't like that. I don't. Not the way it looks, but it's just. I always get scared that I'm gonna get stuck. So and maybe that's causing a lot of the pain, but I'll fight to just come back and try to look straight. And then this is when like tremors will start when because my body's telling me to go this way, and I'm trying to say go that way.
A few people in the dystonia community were beginning to have success with deep brain stimulation. Remy Campbell was one of them. She has generalized dystonia. She used to walk around like this.
Since then, my life has changed drastically. As you can tell, I'm not disabled. I am straight, and that is due to the fact that I had the deep brain stimulation procedure done. On February 14th, 2002, I became a cyborg. I went from being pretty disabled, very disabled, to becoming a woman with a slight limp. You'd never know there's anything wrong with me. When I take it and hold it to my chest, right here where my battery is, this is the on button, so you can hear it. Now I'm going to press the off button, and we're going to see what happens. Okay, there we go. Starting already. There. So my muscle and my abdominals are contracting. My diaphragm is restricted, so I can't breathe very well. My neck is going in my back muscles. And it's pretty impossible for me to stand up straight right now. If I want to. This is like I'm fixed, and I'm bent in this. This is the way I used to walk around.
When someone has dystonia, the neural pathways carry faulty signals from the basal ganglia to the cortex, which tells the muscles to contract. The DBS will try to correct this faulty signal by altering the activity of the brain.
So I'm going to go in surgery in 8 days, and they don't know why it works or how long, and they're going to put electrodes in my brain, down through, into my chest, and I'm going to have this in my body for the rest of my life. And they don't even know. Isn't that wild? And I'm going. You know why I want to do the surgery? Because all of my friends and family as I'm growing up who said you don't have a brain will finally know that I have a brain. Like, yo, he has a brain. There it is.
But right now he's sedated. We have calculated the point of entry in his head for the right and left brain to the GPI, globus pallidus. We're going to make 2 incisions and 2 holes a little bigger than the size of a dime.
1 week after the implanting of his battery pack, Pat went back to Cleveland Clinic for his first programming session.
I was having a very bad dystonia day, a lot of pain, headaches, couldn't open my eyes.
Then they turned on his stimulators and gave him his first adjustment. Pat's programmer works to figure out the right combination of stimulation parameters to send to the electrodes in his brain.
And I went from like here to being perfect, with no tremors, no pulling, no nothing. I walked out of there and I was just, I wanted to cry.
It looked like the old Pat was back. The programming was finally starting to work. Or so I hoped.